Hey, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the Faith and Frequency Book Club. Week 1 of the Amen Effect by Sharon Brous reminds us that we are created for connection and called to presence. In the introduction, Sharon Brous begins with a powerful truth. Human beings are fundamentally relational. We carry a deep yearning to be known. She names this longing the Amen Effect. It is a spiritual strategy, a sacred call to both the faithful and the skeptical, to those who believe and those who doubt, even to those who feel alienated by religion but still long for meaning in both sacred and ordinary moments. She describes what she calls the disengagement crisis. Synagogues, churches, and mosques have struggled to remain relevant to a generation that often calls itself spiritual but not religious. Too often, God and faith have been twisted to serve political interests rather than the spiritual needs of the people, and yet people remain hungry for connection and truth. Browse reminds us that timeless ideas need to be translated for a generation that is both curious and spiritually searching. She draws from science as well as faith. Research on empathy, apathy, loneliness, and resilience is not just about the brain, but about our emotional lives, our families, and our communities. Tools that help us understand intergenerational trauma can also help us navigate multi-generational conflict. Romans 12:15 brings these themes together. Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. This is the rhythm of the Amen effect. It is about being present in joy and in grief, in the sacred and in the ordinary, so that our lives and our communities can be healed. For faith and action, find one space this week where you can lean into connection instead of isolation. Greet a neighbor, call a friend, or sit with someone who feels overlooked. For a moment of frequency tuning, when you feel disconnected, pause and whisper, I am created for connection. Let this truth tune you back into harmony with God and with others. Chapter 1 Show Up. In the first chapter, Sharon Brous teaches that the holy work of life is not running away. When someone says, I am broken, the sacred response is to say, I see you. You are not alone. She recalls Grandma's rule. If you would show up for the funeral, then you should also show up for the wedding. Life is fragile, but if you are alive, you are called to show up in both body and spirit. Showing up is not only about grief, it is also about joy. Science teaches us that our mirror neurons are wired to help us feel another person's gladness. When someone asks, what's the good news? It calls us to share joy. For us as relational beings, the good news is often love. Sharing joy is both biological and spiritual. To say amen is to bear witness. It is saying, yes, I am with you. In community, this becomes a powerful act of healing. We laugh together, weep together, walk together, and sing together. This presence reshapes us at a cellular level, what scientists call molecular remodeling. Scaled across society, showing up has the power to repair the connective tissue of culture itself. The author compares grief to an earthquake. The epicenter is felt most deeply by those closest to the loss, but the waves of devastation spread outward. Healing happens when the entire community grieves together. Grief must be witnessed. For faith and action, err on the side of presence this week. Show up for someone who is celebrating and for someone who is grieving. Do not worry about perfect words. Your presence is the gift. For a moment of frequency tuning, when you feel the urge to retreat, pause and whisper, Amen. Let that word tune you back into the holy work of showing up. When you shift your thoughts, you shift your frequency. When you shift your frequency, you shift your life. Stay in tune, stay aligned, keep showing up inside out, and most of all, keep reading with faith and frequency.